I'm going to jump in here pretty quick. All right. For those of you who don't know, my name is Dov Barron. I'm the founder of FullMontyLeadership.com. FullMontyLeadership.com, giving you the concrete soft skills you need to take yourself and your business to the top and keep you there. Full Monty Leadership, you got to have it. Why? Well, you can't outsource authenticity. All right, I want to jump into today's show. We have done a series that we've done 4 so far on deep greatness, and this is our 5th in that series on deep greatness. And to be honest with you, this week I was kind of thinking about it, like what am I going to really get into today for this show? And I was kind of stumbling around thinking about what it was going to be around, and I had a couple of ideas, one which became very solid, which I think I'll bring you likely next week. But something that came out this week came out through a casual sort of statement that somebody had made. Somebody had said something and I went, that's an interesting perception. It's an interesting perception of how we look at the world and how we use this language to repress the greatness in ourselves and in others. That we use language to tell ourselves to not be great. We use language to tell others not to be great. So that's what I want to get into today, the kinds of language you use. If you're coming in, thank you. Give me a thumbs up or something. Share the emoticon. And Kevin just came in and joined us. Good. So it's good to see Kevin, and it's good to see Drew, and anyone else who's there. Like I said, send us the emoticons. Hit the share button. Let other people know about it. Because today we're into Deep Greatness 5. Deep Greatness 5. So as I said, this particular episode has come out of a casual conversation that I heard somebody having, and I realized how quickly we use the language. We use our language, and we use our language on ourselves, and we use our language on others to move people away from their greatness, to move people away from what's possible for them. And I'll tell you what the language was. I heard somebody saying to somebody else, that's crazy. That language, that's crazy. That way of looking at when somebody's about to do something, that's crazy. What is that? Except for a way to restrict and restrain. I know I've used the language myself. I've used it on myself. I've used it in communication with others. But it's language that represses who we are. So here's my question to you. What is this madness that we call sanity? What is this craziness that we call sanity? You see, the truth is, and you've heard me say this before, that we are tribal beings. But my question to you is this: how do we become comfortable with, how do we own that we are indeed tribal beings and that we're all looking for our tribe? How do we own that? How do we come to terms with that, and at the same time not become the homogenized sheep who go along with the crowd, where the thought police bark and nip at your heels for even thinking an idea that is not conventional, that is outside of the tribe? How do we do that? Is it insane to want to be better? I want you to know that I want to be a better man. There isn't a day that goes by where I don't think I want to be a better man. Every day that goes by, I think I want to be a better man. And deep greatness and complacency, they're diametrically opposed. You can't touch your deep greatness. You can't access your deep greatness while you're being complacent. I mean, think about it. The term, as I said, you're freaking crazy. When somebody uses that term, what are they saying? Aren't they just saying, you have the balls to do what I think is too crazy for me to do, what I don't have the balls to do? Isn't the craziness the courage? It's interesting language, isn't it? When we think about how tightly we cling to the sanity, or what we think is sanity, and we abandon our own greatness in the process. Wasn't Tesla crazy with his ideas of free power? Wasn't Einstein crazy with his theory of special relativity? Wasn't Gandhi crazy when he thought he could go up against the British Raj? Wasn't Dr. Martin Luther King crazy when he led the civil rights movement against violence, against the beatings and the imprisonment and the hoses and all those things that they got hit with? Wasn't that crazy? But isn't crazy what changes the world? I ask you, my friend, if you want your deep greatness, don't you have to embrace a little crazy? Those who pursue deep greatness search for peace, but very often are incredibly uncomfortable with it, because even that peace brings up the possibility of complacency. You know, Friedrich Nietzsche, the German philosopher, said, what was the exact quote? Those who were dancing were called crazy by those who could not hear the music. Those who were dancing were called crazy by those who could not hear the music. Here's my question to you. Are you waiting for everybody else to hear your music? Because they won't. They can't. They have their own music. It's not yours. And sure, when you fully step into your music, when you fully dance to the tune that is your own deep greatness, yeah, then they want to come on your dance floor. Then they want to share in the melody. But until then, you're just crazy. And if you're expecting them to embrace you, if you're expecting them to hear your music, it isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Those of us who are crazy, those of us who are in pursuit of our own deep greatness, are there not just to do it for ourselves, but to do it for the world. You see, we are explorers. We're not explorers like Columbus. We're not there to conquer. In fact, we're explorers looking to be conquered. We're looking to find something bigger than ourselves that will show us our own smallness, and therefore how much we can expand, where else we can go to, what else is possible. We are the conquerors of our own limitations, not of others. That is what the pursuit of deep greatness is. That's what it's all about. Don't expect them to listen to your song. What if what's right is wrong? What if everything that they tell you is the way to be is actually wrong for you? What if what's wrong with you is actually what's right with you? What if it's just their perception? The way that we're told it has to be. What if that's not the truth? What if your madness is your path to sanity? What if your craziness is access to your deep, deep greatness? Just think about that for a moment. Just let that soak in, if you will, for a moment. What does that mean? What can that mean to you? What is possible? Let me get my coffee. Can't reach it. Think about it. Think about it now. Think about all the things that are restricting you from being in your deep greatness. What is it? What is it that they tell you is not possible. Your deep greatness is directly tied to how insane you might be seen in the world. Maybe that's exactly where you've got to go, is into your deep greatness via the path of your own insanity. What if that's the way in? What if it's not so much what they think it is, but rather the truth that lies within you? Author and researcher Graham Hancock said that you will never be free until you have sovereignty of your own consciousness. But most people are not even willing to expand on the idea of having sovereignty over their own consciousness. We check our thoughts, we check our words, we check other people's thoughts, we check other people's words. We stop anybody from drifting off the path of what is seen as sane. That's not where you want to live. Not if you really want to access what is truly great within you. What is truly great within you is far bigger than that. The more you stay in the conventional sane, the easier it is to judge others as insane. The more you think about reality for a moment. Reality is nothing more than a combination, the intersection, if you will, of your experience and your beliefs. So how does your reality shift? It shifts by you having greater experiences, and the greater experiences then expand your beliefs. And your beliefs then expand to allow you greater experience. What you call reality is the intersection of your beliefs and your experiences. And if you can't move outside of your beliefs, then move outside of your experience. Find a greater experience. Find a way to do things you have not done before. Allow yourself into a little step further into what you have previously seen as insane. Embrace that and watch your deep greatness emerge from the depths of your being. You're not limited by what they call sane. There's far greater things to you, greater expanse of who you actually are. You're not limited by that. In a world where we look at people who strap bombs to themselves and blow up insane people and say that they're insane, while meanwhile we drop bombs on people whose faces we will never know, names we will never know, faces we will never see. Isn't sanity about justification? I don't see either of those acts as particularly sane personally, but that's just my opinion. In a world where that is sanity, I'll take insane every single time. The path to your deep greatness may be very much on the other side of what they call insane. So what is it? What is it in you that you think about? What is it in you that you question around this thing we call reality? What is it in you that even for asking about it, you get called insane? What is it in you that when they speak about it, you feel like these guys have gone nuts? This is absolutely craziness. What is it? Consider for a moment that the very depth of your being has got nothing to do with sanity. That sanity is simply an idea that we've collectively come together and agreed upon. What is insane today may be sane tomorrow. Think about it. It was insane to speak into a little oblong-shaped thin box that I get to carry around with me and be able to speak to people around the world. It's insane. Nobody could do that, and here we are doing it. It's insane to think that you can have influence on people and lift people and shift people whose names you will never know. But here we are doing it. It's insane to think that you could fall in love with somebody on the other side of the world by talking them through electronic devices. Everything that is insane at one point becomes sane later. We need to embrace the craziness. Your deep greatness awaits. But I want you to know that your access to it is through the insane. And remember, if there is craziness, then it is in you expecting them to hear your music. It is your music, not theirs. They cannot dance to your music. Therefore, they cannot see what you see. What they call insane may be your enlightenment. We all know the correlation between genius and madness. If the world is sane, then I want to be insane. I want to embrace my crazy, because I'm crazy enough to believe in your deep greatness. I'm crazy enough to believe that each one of us can make a massive difference. I'm crazy enough to believe that you were born a miracle, and that you came here with a purpose, and that you cannot reach that purpose while following everybody else's rules. Till next time, this is Dov Baron, fullmontyleadership.com, saying, stay curious, my friend. Stay curious about the craziness within you, and what it is within that craziness that might just set you free. I look forward to your feedback, to your comments, to anything you want to share with me here. I hope that you found today's show valuable, and if you did, I hope that you'll share it with others. Let's spread the wealth a little. And again, if you want to know more about me, you can find out more about me at fullmontyleadership.com. You can find me, of course, on YouTube, and I really appreciate it when you go there and you subscribe to the show. And also, if you're watching this show, in the comments later on today, I am going to post a coupon that is going to give you access to one of my e-courses that is $297. And I'm going to give you a coupon that I don't know how long I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there for a short period. But I'm going to put it up today, so keep checking back on this video, because I'm going to put it in the comments, and it's going to allow you to have the course for $97 instead of $297. So you're going to get $200 off. Okay? So that's pretty great. Maybe it's a little crazy of me to even consider doing that, but I'm going to consider doing that. I'm going to be willing to do that. I'm going to do that. So till next time, this is Dov Baron saying, stay curious, my friend. Stay curious about the craziness within you. Till next time, this is Dov Baron, and I am out.